Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Coach Murray Show. I'm Adam Bell, along with Indians football head coach Russ Murray. It's senior night coming up Friday night, Coach, final game of the season. But before we dive into all that, we had Swamp War last Friday over in Homerville.
Yeah.
It was didn't quite go how we wanted to, but there was some bright spots throughout the game. You want to talk about last week?
Of course, it didn't go like we wanted to, but unfortunately, you can't get it always like you want it. We've been fortunate enough to win it the last 3 to 4 years, but they got us this year. They got Coach Hyson, and they got a good ball club over on the other side of the swamp, and Jeremy Bell, he's probably that number 11. He's probably the best athlete in this whole region, and that quarterback makes him go too. That quarterback, I think, he's got like 13, almost 1,400 yards rushing. He's leading Division II. And they play good defense always. They're known for their defense, and we just made too many mistakes, and we really couldn't get anything going offensively. I think right the first half should have probably been 6-3 our way, but it wasn't because of those two mistakes we had. We gave up the two big plays, and it was 17-6 at half, and we just never recovered from that. It's not that the boys didn't try. I think they tried and they battled, but it just wasn't our night.
I wanted to ask, if you don't mind me asking. I know a few weeks ago versus Turner, Omari had like 250 yards or whatever it was rushing. Have we gotten away with that? Or gotten away from that?
Well, see, I'm going to tell you now. I mean, a lot of people question why we do what we do.
That's why I asked you. I wanted you to be able to address it.
Why 15 started over 11 and 6 didn't start and 9 started. Well, it's all about what we ask them to do, prepare. If they're not preparing, they can't do. And I really rely on my coordinators to make that call, and I back them. And if they have good reasons,
right?
And legitimate reasons, which they did for both of those calls. We got right here in front of you got a laptop, and we had that huddle, and kids have access to film 24/7. It's not like the old days when we had to battle for VHS tapes, and we're watching film. We were off for 2 weeks, and we're here today Wednesday before we play last Friday, and we got not just those guys. There were several guys that had like less than 20 minutes of film watched.
Right.
That's unacceptable, and then there's other things too, but I rely on what my coordinators, both Coach Swing on defense and Coach Hagens on offense, what they feel like needs to be best. And, of course, if they have legitimate reasons, and I back them all the way. And that was the call. Everybody's been asking and, whatever. So, if they watching tonight, they'll know why. They got to prepare. And AJ's just a freshman. He's going to be a fantastic ball player. But he's got to learn to prepare a little bit better, and that has something to do with coaching too. We get him in the off season to kind of prepare him for that. I really didn't think he would be the starter coming into this year. Would pass with 15. I figured that 15 would take it over, but he never did take it, and it was his.
Yeah.
It just never got that way, and 11 kind of. He decided it was going to be his, and kind of took it. And when you got a freshman, you sometimes got to coach him up a little bit, and a lot, not just coach him up on the X's and O's, but of how to do things, prepare things. I mean, your quarterback has to run the entire show, and that was one of the reasons why. And the running back was the same situation. Yes, Amari 6 is going to be a fantastic running back if he prepares a little bit more. If he really puts it in, I say, when he in the off season, or preparation up to Friday. You can't win ball games just showing up on Friday. That's why, I had that sign over there, and I try to tell the guys we got to win each day. Because if you show up Friday expecting to win a ball game, it's not going to happen. You got to win that thing Monday through Thursday. And that's why. And there's more. You see those positions, but if you notice, the offensive line has changed several times and positions of defense. But you know the quarterback and running back.
Yeah.
And that would just happen to be a night that both of them but we had to switch. But the people we put in were just as good. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah, well, I saw the same thing you saw all over social media this weekend, and that's why I wanted to give you an opportunity to address that.
Well, man,
to address that to the fan base.
There's a lot that goes into this stuff. A lot more than people see. We have I can't say we're young anymore. We're not mature as far as when the season started, and we're young in some real critical spots. I mean, we got and I tell you what, that play, the very first, I think their first play for scrimmage, and that quarterback busted it for about 70 yards. He was going to take it to the house, but he was run down by a freshman. Yeah. And Trent is going to be a fantastic ball player if he continues to prepare each day and each week. He's going to be a good guy, good ball player. I'm sorry, he is a good guy, but a great ball player. I mean, he ran that guy down. He could have pulled up, and he didn't pull up. He went all the way and tackled him, and that right there is probably his play. And then Isaac Bryant had a play, the first play from scrimmage that Turner ran. He ran a kid down. Those two plays stand out for me the most this year on defense because that shows some guts and heart and not quit. And we're going to be okay. I mean, we're 2-6 or 2-7 right now. But we have a chance, and we'll get into talking about it in a second.
Oh, yeah.
We have a chance to host a playoff game. We have a chance to be the region runner-ups. And, I don't know what we did to deserve that. I think it's just being rewarded. The good Lord rewarded us for playing hard and sticking to our philosophy of just trying to win today, every day, and no matter what, we didn't quit. I've had this locker room is pretty much full of what I started with. Now I've had my usual guys quit. There are going to be guys that just can't stick it out. But it wasn't a massive drop-off. And usually when you go in 0-6, you have just all kind of folks leave. And, and I'm real proud about the guys there. And I think they're kind of being rewarded for that. We've got a chance to play for a playoff game Friday and a home playoff game Friday. And I think that's what it's all about. And I keep telling the guys, if you work hard, things will come to you. It's kind of like karma, whatever you believe in, But, I just think it's a good Lord blessing us for working hard. And I think we've had a great week. I think we'll talk about it some more. But, they'll get there, I hope we get, even last year I told you after we won the region, we're sitting there 8-2 or whatever. I said, we're still not where we want to be. I mean, you look behind us, that's where I want to be. Back with, Coach McWhorter was here and I was here with him, I want us to get back up there. That's what I want for happening in Charlton County. Yeah. And it doesn't just happen overnight. And it's easier to fall off than it is to build back up. That's kind of we've fallen off this year, losing 6. But we play some great opponents, and we'll talk about all that. But anyway, overall, we got a chance to play.
Let's go ahead. And let's forget about last Friday because I had the kind of night that the Indians might have had last Friday.
It wasn't all. I mean, it wasn't like I said at the beginning. I mean, they got a fine ball club over there, and we played hard. They were just better than us. I think if we play almost a perfect game, I don't know if we beat them. I don't know that because we didn't do it. But I'm satisfied. I don't believe our guys quit. They had a lot of fight in them, and that's all you can ask for as a coach. And we just, like you said, we just got to kind of move on from there. I told them, hey, think about it, whatever. We're going to meet Sunday. We meet Sunday afternoon to watch film. For Sunday evening at about 4 or 5 o'clock, and we watched a little bit of film, kind of get a head start on. They kind of know halfway what we want to do offensively and defensively, and then we go from there. And we already got a jump for Monday, and so we've been thinking Lanier County ever since Sunday afternoon.
I tell you what, one thing last Friday too is our Road Warriors. They showed up, big rivalry game. Yeah. That stadium was packed. It was a nice crowd.
That's one thing. Even that horrendous year we had my first year, we 1-9. We still had a lot of folks going to the game. They support the kids, and I tell you what, that's what I love about this community. It's one of the reasons why I came back and I stayed here. Sure, I had many chances to leave. Well, I wasn't going to leave. Here's my home, and I love the people and how they love the Indians. And it means a lot to these boys in this locker room to have the crowd that we did, the support we have. And I hope we have that support, all the way through.
Well, we need that this Friday night, like you touched on a couple of times there. With the Lanier coming to town, it's senior night. We're honoring our seniors. That's a huge accomplishment right there. And those guys, second year straight, we're in the postseason. We just need to determine if we're going to be a 2-seed or a 3-seed Friday night.
Yeah, well, I'm going to catch you on that third year in a row.
Sir?
The third year we made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Actually,
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Third year straight. I'm sorry.
Anyway, it's anytime you make the playoffs is a great thing. You just want to get in that tournament. That's what Coach Mack used to say, get in the tournament. And anything can happen because it's a whole new season. Just like it was a whole new season when we came in the region, and we just got to get in there and scrap and kind of make some noise. But it is our senior night, and some of the boys, they've got 15 seniors, and some of the boys being honored and recognized Friday night. They've been with me for 4 years, and I'm super proud of the young men they've become, each and every one of them. They've got some guys that have done some great things on the football field and in the classroom. And, like I'm going to just mention this, Hayden Rogers, they gave us a report card, 4 100s. I don't know if I've ever had a kid give me 4 100s, but that's pretty awesome. Like I said, they're doing it, on the football field and in the classroom and different things like AJ Baker. I think 2 years ago he was the regional weightlifting champion in his weight class, and doggone, he just missed it at state by a few pounds, and and there's others. We got kids that I don't know. We don't have any seniors that play baseball, but they play in different sports and things like that, and have done some great stuff, and this is a chance that we get to recognize them without their helmet on, and the parents show up or whoever escorts them, their loved ones. It's a good time, and I'm proud to be the coach. And like I saw one kid I had last year, Jorge Rivera. I saw him. He came in. He just got back from boot camp. It's always great to see the guys, and I'll remember these seniors too. So if we get a chance to out the sport, it starts at 7:00. Their recognition ceremony. I don't know what exactly they call it, senior program, but starts at 7, and we'll have the football and of course the cheerleaders. The band, of course.
Yeah,
all the auxiliaries.
Cheerleaders, I guess, made in softball too.
I guess we do the softball, even though softball does their own.
Yeah, they do their own thing over there.
But I think we do the softball as well, and it'd be a good time for the community to support those seniors.
And that'll be all during pregame, right?
Yes, that'll take place at 7:00, and we'll get ready to go at 7:30.
All right, let's talk about the Bulldogs, Coach. They're coming into town. They've been playing some good ball this season. They're a solid ball club.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people seem to think that it's the best Lanier County team they've ever had. They're pretty daggum solid. They throw the ball well, and they run the ball as well too. They have explosive plays. We watch their film, and they're scoring from 50, 60 yards out. I mean, they put up like 58 on Atkinson last one, might be 56. I can't remember, but they broke their record in all-time scoring a single game. They fly around, and they got a good. I think it's a sophomore quarterback, but you can't tell he's a sophomore. He's got a cannon on him, and some good receivers and some good defensive tackles and ends, and they play solid ball. Coach Williams does a great job with those guys. He coaches them up. He works his butt off, and I'm sure they're sitting just like we are, wanting this home playoff game. So the winner will get that. The winner will get to host ECI next week. The loser will have to either go to Portal or Jenkins County. On up the road, Millen, and I get Portal's just right outside of Statesboro, but that's a pretty good haul, both of them. So we're sure wanting to win, and I'm sure they are too. So they're going to come to town with their ears peeled back, and be a heck of a game.
It's gonna be a good game. They're gonna come in here motivated too, like you said. Both teams fighting for a home field first round playoff game, and the Bulldogs, they're a softball team, just won state the other day, so they're pretty fired up over there in Lakeland.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll still be thinking about that when they come over, because but they won't be. I'm just throwing out there any distractions that Coach Williams and his bunch can have. I sure hope they have them, but because it'll certainly go for our side, because we need any help we can get.
Only loss for the Maidens this year in the region was to the state champs. That's not bad.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, our girls did. Our girls did a fine job, and I don't know the team they lost to. They won a couple of games up there in Columbus too.
They did. They made it Sweet 16. Our Maidens did.
Yeah, I know, but the team that we lost to, I think they won a game or two up there in Columbus, but I'm not sure. I didn't look at the bracket.
Yeah. Hey, obviously you mentioned about the run game. They run very well for Lanier. How do they throw?
Well, outstanding. They
Like
throw well. They threw against. They had some long throws against Clinch that just we know how good their defensive backs are. And if you, I don't know, I could pull my huddle out and show you. Yeah. There's all kind of plays they made throughout the year, throwing the ball and stuff like that. If we don't keep that quarterback in check and we don't let those receivers run around, we're gonna have a long night. A huge challenge ahead of us. I've been telling the kids all week that it's not going to be easy. Mm-hmm. But I tell them too. We got to be determined that we're going to win this game. We got. A lot of people think that they're destined to win it, because they're like 6-3 and they're had a great season so far. But we've had such a whatever season you want to put on it. But we've determined not to quit. So we need to be determined that we're going to have this playoff game. And I'd much rather be determined than destined anyway. That come from J.J. Watts. No, not J.J. Watts. Wittern, that played for the Dallas Cowboys. He came up with that quote I saw the other day. Some people are destined and some people are determined to be successful. And I hope these boys that are in these red lockers in here are determined to win this thing Friday.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what kind of challenges does their defense? I know sometimes you'll mention a certain player on a certain team. When we're doing these shows, is there somebody that stands out to you on the Lanier County side of the ball?
They got a good defensive tackle / end. He's 54-64. My eyes are getting worse and worse, but I'm still on the nose there's a 4 on him, and he does a great job. He'll jack you up and pull the offensive lineman around. They fly around to the ball. They're not, scrappy. They're a scrappy bunch, and they play a 3-4, but they make it look like it's basically a 5-2. But they do all kind of stuff. I say they don't do crazy stuff. They just play hard. When I mean they do all kind of stuff. They play hard and they cause a lot of problems. In other words, they make you earn everything you get. And I tell my guys all the time, that's what ball's all about. You gotta set it. The price of victory is already high. You got to set it as high as you can that you're willing to sacrifice for. You're hoping that team you're playing is not going to do that. And so, anyways, I'm excited. I hope the kids are excited, which they are. I hope the fans are excited to make a little noise. Maybe a little bit of it'd be a little crisp in the air. That it'd be a little bit louder with the band playing and everybody yelling. So I'm excited about Friday for sure.
This is one of those games where you definitely want your squad to get that film time in. It's going to be important this Friday.
Oh yeah, let me. I can show you now that they've been some. We
don't want anybody sitting. Make sure they all get their film time in, Coach.
They've been up on their films and things like. Well, coordinators have told me they've done a great job with the films this week, and I monitor. I mean, with that thing too, I can click it and see like how much Adam Bell's watched. Down to the second just about, and it's a good thing that the quarterback club has had to purchase. It costs several $1,000s a year for us to have that, but it's a great thing for us to have. Everybody uses it. It's easy to. Back in the old days, I remember Coach Water used to have to travel all over the place to trade films on Saturday mornings. and we don't have to do
No,
that.
y'all used to do that meet. Y'all would have a meeting in Waycross or here or there and swap tapes.
Well, yeah, Coach Mack, it's tough for us because we played everything was so far away, and he tried to convince those folks in Atlanta that Tifton was halfway to Folkestone, and sometimes he got it worked out where he'd meet GAC people from I think GAC flew down here, but he would meet them in Tifton. They're like, there ain't no way it's halfway, and Coach Mack just slyly grinned. But anyway.
Yeah. I remember, if you don't mind me sharing this for just a second, I remember a story Coach Mack told me one time. When CSN first started streaming the Indians, I'm not going to say the team, but one of the teams that we played during preseason, during a scrimmage, refused to swap film with him because they said they had our you remember that?
Well,
yeah, and that's why we started blacking out the scrimmages.
They do that. I know that. I remember. I was on staff.
You remember that?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's the thing. I mean that's. I mean I look. I mean I subscribe to the NFHA site.
Yeah.
Just so I could see other teams play. I've seen Portal. I've seen.
But now everything's on the web.
I know. You go and look, and it is. But get back to what I'm saying about the huddle. The quarterback club, we see the signs posted behind us, but it's a great organization that helps us out a lot, and that's one of the things financially they help us do. Is that every year they pay that, and we pay a little bit more because I don't know if people notice on the sideline, we don't do the TV like a lot of people do, but we have that capability. We have iPads that we look and watch the plays. It's pretty much not. Well, it is kind of live, just playback. We have Huddle Sideline that makes us.
So you can watch it right there instantly.
Yeah, and we get feedback of what's going on in the game, and so anyway. But get back to this, the kids have watched a lot of film.
Yeah, that's why I offered you our TVs the other night because I didn't know what y'all did on that. Cause I noticed the week before I'd noticed the team had a TV on their side.
Yeah, well, a lot of them do, but a lot of our kids play both ways, and it's kind of not a real efficient thing having three guys sit in front of the TV while the other 8 are out on the field. But you can see them. I could come and you hold this, and I go over here and hold it, the iPad, and see the other. We got 2 TVs sitting in right there that we can use under our tents, and that's another thing. The quarterback club got us some tents, and then we got one donated from the mine, and I should have known what the name of the mines is right now, but they bought us a beautiful tent that we use for the games, and to have us covered, and we use it for, our trainer uses it nurse uses it most of the time, but because we don't have play, we don't see it because guys are playing both ways.
Yeah, the quarterback club's important. We've got the signs right back there behind us. And join today. They can find any. I guess you, Jeff Jodgett, any quarterback club member, Brian, you can
just call me
and join.
Yeah, call me or go by State Farm. Yeah, we'll get you. We need more members for sure.
All right. So Friday night senior ceremony is starting at 7:00. So everybody needs to get there early. Kickoff at 7:30.
Kickoff at 7:30. Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else you want to hit on before we head out, Coach?
No, I just, I appreciate the support that we had Friday and all the other Fridays throughout the year. Like I said, it really means a lot to these guys. It really means a lot to me as an alumnus of the school and the head football coach. It really means a lot to me that you love our kids as much as I do. And they truly feel it. And I feel it from y'all to them. And just give us one more week, try to win today.
We need everybody there Friday, so we want to get that 2 seed in the home field next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching the Coach Murray Show. We'll see you live Friday night. CSN will go live about 6:45 for you out of town folks. You in town folks, y'all need to be in the swamp.
That's right. Yeah, be here.
All right, we'll see y'all Friday. Thanks for watching.
Appreciate it.